Hey, this is Paul, and from Nichology. And when it comes to selling online and the whole sales process and how to make that kind of smooth and efficient, and this is not going to be a replacement for a copywriting course. So let me tell you that right now. But I'm always intrigued at how, and I usually don't even use the word intrigued, but I'm fascinated. Don't usually use that word either here in the South. At how internet marketing or the concepts of the sales funnel, the sales process, or the 11 steps of copywriting and all those kind of things are really in play in the natural world. And I'm going to give you an example from a place that you might not think a lot of sales takes place, but it's church. Church is huge. It's a great place to learn about marketing and effective marketing and ineffective marketing. But last night we had the men's steak night at church. And I was amazed at the sales process, and certainly we can use this as well. Get my marker. Let me see if I've got the right one. Yeah. So, men's steak night. Men's steak night. Now, I had not planned to go, but my 14-year-old signed up. We're in the hallway Wednesday night, and somebody's talking to him, and one of the staff members, and says, "Hey, Stephen, you coming to men's steak night?" Ha ha ha! You're 14. You don't sign up for men's steak night. And he said, "Yeah, I am." I said, "What? How are you going to get there?" "I don't know. I figured you'd drop me off." So I started thinking about it, and I said, "Well, I'm not going to drop you off for men's steak night. I'll sign up too." So I signed up. And then I started thinking, you know what? Oh, Stephen does not know what he signed up for. I said, "Stephen, what'd you sign up for?" He said, "Steak." I said, "Do you really think that this night is about steak?" And he said, "Yeah, it's called men's steak night, Dad." All right. So we get there, and sure enough, the lead in is the steak. It is the promise. But understand that promise gives you permission to do some other things. So, of course, here's the promise. And this is not going to be a super smooth video. I'm making all this up right now. So, the steak is the promise. So, then after we've had the meal, the preacher gets up and he gives the problem. He starts talking about the problem. And the problem is we're all going to die. And what are we going to leave behind after us? What's our legacy going to be? A pretty cool message. I definitely agree with it. So here's the problem. Then he read a response card from someone in the congregation. And it agitated or increased the problem. This is classic copywriting. You make a big promise, then you start with a problem, and you agitate the problem. You make it even worse. So, he started talking about the problem is many of us are not living with the expectation of leaving something great behind. He tells this sad story about somebody who died, and what they wanted to do was have their dog stuffed, or they had their dog stuffed because it was his best friend, and put in the casket with him. Pretty sad tale. So then he has a member of the congregation, MC, come up and share a testimony of how mentoring has shaped his life and changed his life. Neat story. Still pretty good. So then there's the challenge. We all need to disciple and mentor someone. So here is some agreement. Now, with guys, two G's. So there's some agreement. With guys, we're starting to feel a little nervous about this time. It's getting a little touchy-feely, but we realize this is important. And then finally, one of the heads of the men's ministry gets up and says, "Guys, if we're really going to do this, you need to come to the men's retreat. You need to come to the men's retreat." What was the men's steak night about? It was about this. This was the goal. This was the reason for the men's steak night. We didn't just get to come and eat steak and have a good time. We had to sit through the pitch and then the sign up, the sale. And true to IM, it was not a 100% sale. In fact, the sign up was not enormous, but percentage wise, they probably closed 20% of the room. And so, there's a pretty good turnaround. So, men's steak night turned into the sale. Now, the steak, it was great. The message it was really great. The testimony was really great. It was really good. And for those who wanted this result, this was even great too. But I will say that this is where the most tension was created. Well, likewise, online, this is a very simple process for us to sell. And you see it a lot in webinars because here's all the content and then here's the sale. Here's where you've got to actually take the step. So here's what I encourage you to do. Join your local church. But also, everywhere that you go and check out. The process is in play. Online, we see this and we start thinking way too hard about how we're going to make all this cool. It's very natural. It's in play in our world every single day and everywhere you look. So there's an example from our men's ministry, but you'll find it at your local Target, local Publix. It's in play everywhere you go. Put it in play in your business. It works. Success is not an accident. Join nicheology.com. You'll love it. We have a great time. You learn a lot. Most likely you make more money, but I'm not allowed by the FTC to even say that that's a possibility. Be blessed.